Join me as I drive through Philly for the weekend. Philly is the first city with actual city plans that was based on a blueprint, and also this is the same city where the original colonizers settled and formed the structure of what we know America to be today. And also, this is where the standing constitution was created and drafted and signed. And also, the Liberty Bell stand here, which is a symbol of the abolitionist movement. My stay at the Embassy Suites was great. The food was good. All the facilities was great. My only gripe was the area really wasn't security proof. It was a sketchy area. I guess that's kind of just the nature of where it was located. And the decorum in the room, just the aesthetic of the room was very average. It wasn't the same compared to other embassy suites I've visited and stayed at, where the room is more of a luxury feel. This was more of a two-star decorum where you don't pay two-star prices. So that was my only drawback of the room itself and the actual safety of the area. And also there was an incident where the cleaning staff just came in the room without knocking, which was a bit off-putting. And the pool initially was closed, but it did eventually open during the stay. So I would give it an overall 7 out of 10, just because the rooms, I go to Embassy Suites for the rooms. I love the luxury of the room and the fact that the safety element. Next, there's the waterfront, which the city of Philadelphia really built up along the Delaware River. There's eateries, there's bike lanes, there's areas where you can walk, and then it's adjacent to Spur Street, where you have a street full of bars and different places where you can eat and hang out and have a good time. And then I even think they have festivals along this waterfront and along the Spur Street. And if you don't want to pay for parking, there's a park down after you have crossed under the bridge called, and then I believe once you get past David Buster and is on the other side of the casino, it's called Penn Treaty Park. And that's the park where William Penn actually signed a treaty between the native tribe there. And so you can actually park there for free. And there's trails where you can walk along the come back up to the bridge and all the festivities, or you can get an Uber or a Lyft to come back up to that area. And then also there's access to the city, to the river views by the Walmart on the other end of Christopher Columbus Boulevard. Hakeem's Bookstore is the oldest Black-owned bookstore in Philadelphia, and it's been open since the late 1950s. And quite frankly, it may be the oldest Black-owned bookstore ever in the United States. But this bookstore is home to books mostly by Black authors that promote Black liberation. Anything from coloring books, from financial books to historical books, anything you can name in a book form, it is most likely in this bookstore. And Mr. Hakeem used to actually send books to prisons, but for many years, but then the government stopped that. But you can actually still send books to prisons, but you have to know a specific person that you're sending it to. But the bookstore has a website where you can order books and they'll ship it anywhere. And if you request a book and they don't have it, they will actually find the book. And currently, the store is being ran by Mr. Hakeem's daughter because he did actually pass back in 1997, and his family has been running the store since. So his daughter, Yvonne, and this guy named Brother Chris, along with his granddaughter, actually are involved with continuing his mission and informing you about Black liberation and tools that you can find to learn about that, which is so cool. And Mr. Hakeem was actually an artist himself. So if you're ever in the Philadelphia area, I would advise you to please go check out this bookstore. It's really cool. So now we're at the Rocky Balboa statue, which actually used to be at the museum's entrance, but the museum, I guess, board of trustees or whoever run the museum didn't deem it as art, so they moved it to a different location, and then they started to lose business. So then they brought the statue back to the museum premises, but instead of close to the entrance, it sits at the street corner of the museum. Of course, can't go to Philly without getting a Philly cheesesteak. So some of the top contenders based on locals is Angelo's Pizzeria. Is a pizza joint, but it actually make the sandwiches. Also Max's and Comey's. Comey's actually offers vegan cheese if you are a person that don't eat dairy products but still eat meat. It's a great option. And then also stay away from the more commercialized ones, which is Geno's and Pat. Tried Geno's. Geno's really didn't have any flavor. The only thing that made it worthwhile is the cheese whiz. So I wouldn't recommend those as a tourist. But I will definitely go back and try, all of the great local places.